What's up, guys? Blood Tank here, and it's Saturday afternoon, about going on 1 p.m. here, and it's been 100 degrees for the fourth day in a row. So we're sweating bullets over here and having a couple of cold Coronas here in early afternoon. Stay refreshed. Today, we have an interesting topic, and that is character transfers in MMOs. Now, the reason I started making the topic to debate this was I got a spam from Star Wars Tour that they implement that into their MMO game. And I was reading it just, I don't know, for whatever reason, about the character transfer services, and I seen some things that kind of, made me a little upset. And it felt like the entire service that they provided was only to suit really them and not really to cater to the end user, who should be allowed to transfer services, when he desires, if he's not having fun in the game due to a situation where there's an imbalance or just people he don't like. And so we're going to debate the topic and what is right and wrong in regards to character transfers. We're going to try and figure out, what should be tolerable. I mean, maintaining the integrity of a server is something to think about, but at what lengths should you go to do that? And should it be paid for? Should there be a financial fee, which is just seems to be overrated as well, what that fee should be if you provide this service? Because on a technical standpoint, seriously, I'm a database programmer. I'm retired now, but I worked in databases my whole life. There seriously must be like 100 kilobytes of data per character. It's really nothing in today's terms. And it would literally take just a minute, if even that, to swap out a field that dictates what server you're on. So from a technical standpoint, it's not a complicated process. I don't see any real serious resources or time constraints, server process problems on this service. Obviously, there's some paperwork involved if they're charging for it, which could be what mostly the issue is for. But I don't know. In today's day, I really don't see that as being a debatable strong point to your debate there. And let's get into it. Number one, should character transfers be allowed in MMOs? And I think, yes, absolutely. They should allow character transfers in MMOs. We're playing a game, and I don't know, if there's 20 servers and there's tons of people on some servers and nobody on other servers, and I'm not having fun on this particular server because I feel it's a ghost town, or maybe I just don't like certain guilds. Maybe you get on that server where that one particular goon guild is on and you don't want to be around them. Should you be able to change? So absolutely, there's definitely a million reasons why you should be able to change your server and not have to re-roll your character. Obviously, it's a time issue. If you put in a lot of time to your character, I mean, not everybody has the ability to re-roll. If you have strong support in a clan where they can get you leveled up really quick and stuff like that, it's not a big deal. But not everybody has that. And not everybody is a full-time gamer. Some people only have an hour or two play per week, and if they play for 3 weeks and 6 months, whatever, they lose all that time and want to just because they want to transfer and get away from something or experience something better. Maybe they got an invite to a guild that's on another server. That should be fine. Now, secondly, should character transfers, if they're there, be paid for by the end user? So there's a lot of questions that are yes and no answers. This is definitely a question that is no and yes. Honestly, I feel that characters transfers should be free. And they should be free as long as they are not abused. This is a situation here where it doesn't have a fine line on what it should be, depending on the game and the consequences. But seriously, I really think that if you want to just transfer your character for a reason of playing with somebody else that's already on another server, or the server has a lower ping, for example, you get a better internet connection. Imagine playing on a server and you played on it and all of a sudden the internet got bad and you can't transfer, or now you got to pay $25 to transfer your characters just because you're lagged. Is that fair? I don't think so. So I can only think of pros that why it should be free. As far as paying for it, then I go to the yes point, which is obviously you don't want people hopping all over the place. This creates a lot of, management work or paperwork or some kind of tracking situations. I can't think of much, but accounting issues and logging that has to be done because they have to protect the integrity of the character base. But other than that, if I think you should be able to transfer your character, I would say once every 3 months for free. Not account, not one transfer per account. I think every character you have should have the ability to transfer servers at any time once every 3 months. If you do it more than that, then you can pay a fee. And then you can say, okay, you can do it once more for $25 fee, $10 fee. I really think anybody who's charging $25 is ripping you off, and we know who's doing that. They make billions of dollars off this service. $10, I think, is a justifiable fee for logging purposes, a little bit of paperwork that needs to be tracked over time or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I think it definitely should be free. Okay, if a server or if a game allows character transfers, should character transfers be paid for per account or per character? And I strongly can't stand these games that want to charge you $25 per character. I had like 7 characters in a particular MMO, and I moved to a new guild. One of my guilds abandoned. They fell apart. I found a new guild. I went over there. I hung out with them for a week before I even played with them. It was great. They were how I wanted to play. Now I had 7 characters. I'm looking at close to $200 to move all these characters over. And for what? Again, there's not much paperwork on the company's thing. $200. I didn't do it. I didn't play with this guild. And okay, move one player now, one player. No, I want all my characters. Why can't I have them over here? Guess what? I unsubbed to the game, and I'm pretty sure that's another reason why subscription-based games are losing their merit to this free-to-play. I think that's a topic we'll get into later. Why subscription-based? But okay, let's move along. So definitely, yeah, to paraphrase, definitely think you should be allowed for these free character transfers per character, and definitely not one per account or whatever. If a game does not have a character transfer service and then launches one, such as SWTOR just did, is it fair to only allow some servers to have free character transfers and not others? I don't know about you, but I'm on one of those servers where they don't give me a free character transfer. And I've been waiting for this transfer since it's launched. And again, it was for a change of guild. And, I didn't want to re-roll. Quite frankly, I hated the questing in the game. I was more into it for the PvP. And so I was moving to from a PvP server to another PvP, but I couldn't. They didn't have the service, so I had to re-roll. And I did not want to go through 50 levels of that boring questing again. So, yeah, I tried. I failed. I got to like level 15 and quit the game. So, why is this company coming out and saying you can only transfer if you're on these servers? Whose benefit is that? Are they doing this for your benefit? Which is something, I always wonder what the fuck game companies are thinking. Whenever they do something, they seem to always do it for their benefit. They did not create the character transfer service for the end user's benefit. And this is so blatant, obviously, in how SWTOR has launched their system by saying you can only transfer if you're on these servers. And they're kind of wanting you to transfer off these servers. And if you note how SWTOR is promoting it, they're encouraging transfers off these servers by giving you in-game economy tokens to buy gear. So if you go in and you transfer off these servers, they're going to give you 25 tokens to buy high-end level gear because they want you off that server. They want to close it down and they want to put that bank back in their pocket. And, they want to protect the integrity of their server by not allowing you to transfer, and they want to get you off those servers to protect their pocket. And that is just wrong to me. And that's why I think if a company comes out and says, you know what, we're going to give free character transfers, I think it should be demanded that everybody who wants to transfer can transfer and for free. There's obviously a reason you want to do it. I don't think it's fair that the company can say, okay, you can do it free if it's here, but you got to pay. I'm not sure if you can even pay this time. I got to look that up. If anybody wants to comment on that, if you can pay right now to transfer. But to only get the free is only because it benefits LucasArts and who the hell is part of this game, BioWare. If it only protects their pockets, that's just wrong. But what would be a fair result in a design and implementation of the character transfer service? Again, I think it should just be open-ended. If you want to transfer for whatever reason, and going back to the other topic, if you've only done it so much and one character transfer in 3 months' time, I don't think you're hurting the integrity of any server. If a whole guild wants to switch off of one particular server because they want to go dominate somewhere else, I think that should be fine because they can only do it once every 3 months, and then their entire guild would have to pay, and that would stop any longevity of that happening. And I don't see that happening very often anyway. I mean, what guild stands up that's any large and says, you know what, we suck here, we're going to go someplace else or something, it's just, I don't see any reason beyond that. So, if you have any comments of what you think about character transfer services or any more input of things I may have missed talking about, please post them in the comments below. Once again, this is Blood Tank, and my channel is about the PC gaming, PC industry, game and development, things they're doing right and wrong, nitpicking, figuring things out, how things should be, restoring common sense into this PC platform that's falling apart. So subscribe if you're interested in more, and we'll see you soon. I promised that video on Player versus Gamer, and that'll be coming up probably tomorrow, and then some interesting gameplay coming up. We'll show that shortly, and stay frosty, guys. It's hot as fuck here. forgot about my beer. I'm going to choke that down now and have a wonderful day. Later.